Hi friends, it's Carol from Crinkled Path Journals. Thanks for joining me again today for another Paper Bag Junk Journal Prompt Challenge 2025. I hope you've been enjoying this series. We have many collaborators. More and more people have jumped on board and are doing this collaboration. So I've tried to list everybody I've seen, and if I've missed you, please let me know and I will add you in the description box. Our lovely hosts are Cara Mia from PaperConfessionswithCaraMia and Bianca at BB's Closet Creations. Let's get going. The first thing I wanted to show today was my take on the hidden paperclip. Sorry, I had to adjust my camera a little bit. I did this on the Give a Scrap challenge, and I was really surprised by how many people have not seen it done this way, so I thought it bears repeating here. So you take a strip of paper, the width you want your hidden paper clip to be. You start by folding back the length of the short part of the paper clip. And then you're just going to crease that and slide it on. And you just want a little space here at the bottom. Then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to fold this just below where the long side of the paper clip is. Then I'm going to come back this way. I'm going to fold it one more time over the top. Then I'm going to fold this back just to make a score line. Okay. If your piece here is too long to tuck in, you just want to cut a little bit of it off. And then I'm going to tuck this part down into the paper clip. Am I on camera? And voila, there you have it. No glue needed. You can glue it if you'd like to. You can embellish both sides. You can trim up the edges if you feel like they're not perfect for you. I'll do that right there. And this can just slip over a page. Easy peasy. No muss, no fuss. Okay. I need something to put on there. Let me see. How about this? Mushy. Yeah, I like that. Still trying to use up my tacky glue. This project is helping me do that quite a bit. Ta-da! We could embellish this side too if I have something else. Let me see. Glass of milk. All of these are pretty big. Maybe the milk. I guess I have to sit it straight upright because otherwise, if it was tilted, the milk would be tilted. Okay. Yes, that's the way my brain works. Has to think of too many details. And now my glue like instantly clogged up. Milk and mushrooms. Okay, there's one more prompt down. Now, one of our creative friends on the Makers Market on District is Debbie DePaul, and she sent me doll magazines. Specifically, she sent American Girl doll catalogs from the mid-2000s when my daughters were just dying to get another catalog at that age. She also included some other doll catalogs, and I thought for the magazine prompt, I could cut out this picture of Raggedy Ann and Andy since I'm going with this red, white, and blue theme. Magazine pages are sometimes a little more work because you have to maybe back them on something sturdy so that they don't get all wrinkly, but that's not too hard to do. This magazine was from 2002. I'll quit talking so that you don't have to watch me fussy cut this in real time, especially since I seem to have grabbed the biggest scissors on my desk, which is not at all what I use for fussy cutting. Okay, that takes care of magazine. Back to our waterfall page, which I never embellished this. So I need to think about that a little bit more. But one of our other prompts is to stamp and color. So I'm going to attempt that with this little truck stamp. It's been so hot here, I don't know if this is going to be juicy enough. Nope, not quite. Well, I'm going to call that good because I think I can fill in a couple of these lines, and I'd rather fill it in than have it stamp awkwardly double, you know, like you're seeing double. I am just going to grab one of my Faber-Castell Pit Artist pins, and I grabbed it in a light gray, and we'll see. It's probably going to still be darker than the ink. These are permanent markers. They're India ink markers. The ink that I used was archival Ranger ink, so it's supposed to be waterproof. It's actually been a while since I've done any stamping and then tried to color with something over it that is wet. And what I like to use to color in my stamps are my Prismacolor pencils. Okay, I'm probably doing more than I needed to, but recovered from my poor stamping. I need to re-ink. So now to color this, I'm going to use my Prismacolor pencils, and everything that I have been pulling from the fussy cutting book has both this red and kind of a pinkish almost red, and then darker navy blue and a lighter blue. Well, I didn't have a navy, so I went with these two. I think that's close enough. And then I grabbed a couple blending stumps. These are like paper that's rolled, and you can sharpen it on some sandpaper if the point gets too dull. Sorry, I don't know that that's focusing very well. And usually I just write the colorway on it, like red or blue, and I use them over and over. So first I'm going to start with the darker red, and I'm gonna go like around the bottom of the fenders. This is really a cherry pinky red too. Do the where those little gray spots are. Then I'm coming back with this pink. It's very red also. Okay, now I'm going to get my red blending stump. I have some odorless mineral spirits. Let me pull you down a little bit. Basically what the odorless mineral spirits do, Gamasol is another kind of thing you can use. I just dip the blending stump in to get it wet, and it melts the wax in the color pencil. And it just blends the color together. You want to use this in a well-ventilated space. It is odorless, but it can make you kind of feel dizzy if you use it for a long time. It's basically like a paint thinner, right? I'm usually using it on small sections like this where I don't have it open for very long. Oops, coloring outside the lines. Oh well. Just kind of blends it all together so you don't see the pencil marks. Okay, let me put the lid on that. And then let's go with the blue for our fenders. All right, now I'll take my blue one. I just keep this in a little mason jar. If it's sealed tightly, it'll last in there for quite a long time. And I just put a very little bit in the bottom. And these little blending stumps will soak up quite a bit to where you don't have to dip your blending tool in very often. You can feel when it stops melting, and then that's when you know you need more. It's a great way to incorporate shading. And this is kind of a little cartoony truck. And I think it's cute. That just adds such a soft blended look there. Let's see. Do we want him to carry the cake? If I have him carry the marshmallow fluff, it's gonna stick up over the top, and then it might get bent. So let me back this on something. I've been using this Braille paper a lot in this project. So let me just stick this on. And I'm doing it on the part where there's Braille on the back side. I guess it's watch me fussy cut this video. Now, since I'm going to glue it down on the truck, I'm just going to cheat and only put the paper on the top part of this, the Braille paper. Okay, got enough there. This way, I think. Just gonna take the bottom of this off so that it looks like it's in the back of the truck. me get that gray pen again. Kind of like distressing the end. I think it will help it blend in to the line on the truck a little more. All right, now let's glue this down. Nice. Ha, I love it. There we go. I think you can see that. Ah, this has been so much fun. Just absolutely every little crazy thing that pops in my head, I'm just doing it. So while I'm feeling completely silly, I thought I would do the mood prompt. And I cut out this joystick from the same book that I've been cutting all of these out, and I showed it in the first video. I have a brad with a little jewel on it, and I'm just going to punch it through the bottom here, just like that. And then I'm going to stick it. This is a paper bag, remember? So it's got a lining in it, and I'm going to put the brad between the lining and the outer part of the paper bag. And I'm going to open that brad up so that we can move our joystick. Doot, 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 doot. And while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and write. These are my Sharpie Create markers. They're an acrylic paint marker. Note to self, it works a little better to do the white after the first color is dry. It just blended. I still think it's really fun. I think I'm going to leave these pins out because they work great, especially on the craft paper where my India ink pins might just blend or kind of look dulled because of the brown paper behind. So I love these. And that is this page. Here, let me pull you up. So there's my mood prompt. Wow, we're just cruising right along through these today. I like this going out of order thing. I've started fussy cutting a book that didn't sell last week at the live sale, and that's oftentimes what happens is I'll offer something up, and if it's something I like and it doesn't disappear on that sale, I usually take it as a sign that that's going to fussy cutting. I have this Pretty Little Girl poem, and I have two more of the playing cards like this one that I ended up moving over to this pocket. And I back this with watercolor paper, but I thought I'm going to leave one where the numbers are showing. So I think I'll cover this side. And then I have one that's blank, and it's got a little child's writing on there, but that's okay. I will put the poem on one and the little girl and boy on another. I think I'm just going to cut it out. Maybe I'll use my paper trimmer so that I'm not cutting crooked. But yeah, let's just cut backwards because that'd be fun. Go to this. This paper is so fragile. I think this book was probably from the 30s or 40s. And it's almost a construction paper feel to it. I think this one is big enough. Hold this up to the light. Okay. I think I got the picture centered on the other side, so I'm just going to kind of hold it in place and run some glue under it. I do think I have another little love letter. Okay, and then do we put this on this side? No. Let's put it on this side and cover up the writing. Yay! Okay, we have our little poem. A pretty little girl in a round-eared cap I met in the streets t'other day. She gave me such a thump that my heart it went bump. I thought I should have fainted away. I thought I should have fainted away. Anyway, that's cute. We have 2 pockets here, but I'm just going to tuck both of those into one so that the poem goes with it. So we've still got one more pocket to fill on this page. I am going to use one more card for the middle. I have a microphone. When we were doing our Bible journaling reset, I was doing some paint swatching at Jonna's request. I got done with the Bible journaling project and I had these 2 left over and I was like, oh my goodness, those are the colors in my paper bag journal. So I did save them and I think I'm going to use this turquoisey one. I'm going to cut it away from the other blue. And I'm going to make a pocket for my microphone because I want the microphone to stick out the top of the bag off of this card. But maybe also I'll use this one as like a background just to cover up the math problem on there. Sometimes I like them showing and other times I think, what am I trying to make the focal point here? Maybe it's not the math problem. Oh, fussy cutting again. All right, so I'm going to use this paint swatch to cover up some numbers. So let's glue that down first. That gives a fun matte painty effect to this without having to grab my paints out. And then I want this to be my pocket. But I have to glue it so it is very shallow. How far does my microphone need to stick out? Are you going to even fit in that middle pocket? It doesn't fit. I thought I made them all the same size. All right, well, we can solve that problem. We're just going to trim it down a little. Yes, I'm still cutting backwards. Now let's see if it fits. Much better. Put it all the way down in there. And then I want the microphone right like that. Well, this is a little bit challenging. Gotta grab it. Okay. So now I need this pocket. Oh, that's wider than I need it. Okay. And I just want to glue it right down here below the microphone. I hope you can see because I can't let go. Okay, now it looks really silly that it's sticking way up over the top. That's where I need it to stick out. Now, before this dries completely, I have some of this yarn that I got in an estate sale. Or, yeah, I guess it was an estate sale. Some people in the little town near us had bought a old craftsman style house, and it was left with all kinds of stuff in it, somebody's estate, and they bought it with all that in there. And so they were trying to sell the stuff out on their front lawn for like a month. And I'm looking at these gorgeous antiques that were greatly overpriced, in my opinion. They sat outside for a month with hot 100-degree weather and dewy nights. Yeah, I feel bad because I think by the end of the month they were really not worth anything because the wood was so damaged. Okay, how long do I want this? Yes, this is certainly a challenge. So I think this is going to fulfill the challenge prompt. Or maybe it's not just about it being challenging. Maybe I should challenge anybody who looks at the journal to do something. I think I can come up with something. Okay, let's clip this. Anyway, this yarn is really fun. It's very thin, but it has this twisted, knotted look to it. It's really quite cool. And I think I want to try and crochet with it. Ooh, I still have stitching as a prompt. Crocheting is a stitch, right? I might be making things up here. I think that's allowed. All right, now I want to back this and hide my string, my cord for my microphone. This has been a really fun challenge. Even without all the whimsy that's going on in mine, I'm really enjoying seeing what everybody else is doing. I think these prompt challenges are really fun, and a month is the perfect length. I have never done a year-long prompt challenge. I have too many things of my own I want to do and haven't had time to do them. Sorry if you do a year-long challenge. I haven't participated. I did try Angela's around the house 100-day project, and I just picked prompts that I wanted to do when I could. I didn't do all 100 days. I didn't intend to do all 100 days, but it was fun to have some ideas, and I don't know, I maybe accomplished 20. That might be a bit generous. Okay, don't cut your string off. I did that. It just has to fit in the pocket. I don't want it to get tangled, so that when you pull this, I want it to come out. Okay, I'm just gonna try and glue the edges so this stays down. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, microphone check. It's microphone check, microphone check. Okay. My little thread just gonna kind of have to hang out in that pocket. There is room to journal on the back side. Maybe I'll do the challenge. Where's those pens I like? I don't know, some kind of little doodle. Doodly-doo. Okay, that's your challenge. My challenge was fitting this microphone in the pocket and making it stick up out of this pocket on the page. Speak kindness today. How's that? We should all work on that. And on YouTube, we do that in comments. So I try to comment on every video that I watch. I know that's not always possible, but I really do appreciate you being here watching and commenting too. So I would love your kind comments if you have one to share. Okay, it's down there. We can pull the whole tag out, or you can just pull out the microphone. Hello. I love you for being here and supporting my channel. Thanks so much. And back in the pocket. Haha, there we go. I love that. Okay, cross off challenge. I get these from time to time if we stay in a Hampton hotel. It is a coffee sleeve. And see what we are working with on the inside. Okay, we've got some reinforcements in here, which I think I'm going to take those out to reduce the bulk. And very nice that they are already perforated. Yeah, we're going to dispose of those. What do I got going on the back page? I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue this here on this section. I don't know, I feel like the watch kind of goes with the glasses. Okay. And then that is a page extension. Whoops, you can't even see it all. Still can't see it all. I have these from a drawing book, and they're kind of the right colors. Matches that blue. And then I have some mini Uno cards. I want to cover this. What color are these on the other side? Red. Oh, it's too perfect. I think I'm gonna do some more randomness here. Clearly these are a drawing progression. Just kind of peeking over the top there a little bit. I'm not going to make these other two pockets. I'm just going to stick them on there. Still some journaling room between. Okay, you guys, hang out together. Fold, fold. Okay, crossing off page extension. Okay, I need one more thing. I kind of want to try crocheting this on the top of here. My crocodile is actually out in my crochet bag. Let's see if I can punch holes with just this. Yeah, that's working. I don't know how straight I'm going to make them. And I just want to put a little ruffle on the top. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can do this on camera. I haven't crocheted for about a month. I was crocheting every day on our trip, got home and got busy again. So let's see if I remember how to get this started. Oh my goodness. So I got my slip knot, which is not slipping because of this knotty, that sounds bad. The yarn with knots in it already is knotting more. And so my slip knot's not slipping. Okay, I think I got it. I could fast forward this. Just in case you want to watch me crochet. If not, you can speed it up even more. And it's actually hard to see because of the knotting of the thread. So if you crochet, what I did was I chained 2, I did a single crochet, and now I'm attempting to do 2 double crochet, and then I'll go back to a single, and they're all going in this first hole. I will move to the next hole and do the same thing. Single crochet, 2 doubles, and a single. And then we'll see if we get sort of like a scalloped pattern. 1 scallop, 2 scallops. Whoops, don't skip a hole. And then I have this tail and this tail. This last one's a little bit loose, but I got some stitching going on there. All right, there's my stitching. Okay, so that's 7. I have Mood Magazine, Challenge, Page Extension, Hidden Paperclip, Stamp and Color, and Stitches. Yep, that's all of them. Thank you for coming along today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Make sure to check out everybody who's participating. Their links or channel names are in the description box below. I hope you will go over and subscribe and like their videos, and I hope you'll do the same for me if you're enjoying this series or other videos on my channel. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye!